This is a story of a long journey with challenges and actions that take several hours to reach its destination. It all begins with that first bite of a yummy curry puff. The teeth take a bite of the curry puff, chew it, and break it into pieces. The saliva secreted by the salivary glands soften the curry puff to make it easier to swallow. The starch in the curry puff begins to turn into sugar. Chewing continues, and the tongue pushes the ball of food called bolus to a long tube called the esophagus. The muscles squeeze the wet food down the esophagus through a process called peristalsis. The food is continually pushed until it arrives in the stomach. The stomach produces an enzyme which breaks down the proteins in the food. The walls of the stomach contract and mix the food and chemicals together until it is turned into a semi-liquid called chyme. Then a valve opens and the chyme is pushed into the first part of the small intestine called the duodenum. Inside the small intestine, there are chemicals and liquids. Those from the pancreas neutralize the acid. The gallbladder provides bile that helps the small intestine to absorb fats. The small intestine absorbs the nutrients from the food you eat, which will then flow into the bloodstream, leaving behind the undigested food. The undigested food is pushed to the large intestine. It gets smaller, harder, and drier because the water has been removed from it. The drier, undigested food is a solid brown waste called feces. It goes to the end of the large intestine called the rectum, waiting to be excreted out of the body through the anus. Wow, that is quite a long journey taken by the yummy curry puff.